Some nights the mirror shows what's behind you. Others, it shows what you should have become. You're listening to Murmurs and Mysteries, the originals, unverified recordings, untraceable origins. This story was never meant to be heard. If you're hearing this, you've already been marked. Subscribe before the next transmission. I got the smart mirror as part of a beta test. Some ultra-sleek home integration thing. I hadn't even signed up for it. The package just showed up one morning. No return address. No invoice. Just a card tucked into the foam. Welcome to your new self. At first, I figured it was one of those viral marketing gimmicks. Some AI startup trying to plant buzz. But curiosity wins, right? The mirror was thin, polished, borderless, like a screen, but not quite. It booted up when I touched the glass. No buttons, no cords, just a shimmer, then text. Calibrating. Please stand still. I watched my own reflection twitch slightly as it scanned me, but there was no camera I could see. Then it spoke. Not through speakers, through the mirror. The surface rippled as it said, "Hello, Daniel. This is what you are." My reflection blinked. Out of sync. I laughed. Nervously. Assumed it was lag or some weird filter effect. But when I raised my hand, the reflection stayed still. Just for a beat too long. It watched me. Not mimicked. Not mirrored. Watched. I should have returned it. Should have smashed it. Instead, I left it plugged in. And that's when it started showing me things I never did. Places I've never been. And a version of me that's starting to move on its own. I tried to tell myself it was a glitch. The Mirrors app had updated recently. Maybe it was showing some kind of augmented reality test mode. Maybe I'd enabled something I shouldn't have. But that didn't explain the mismatch. My reflection lagged behind me. And it wasn't exactly me. The hoodie was different. My mouth wasn't moving. It just stared. When I turned the mirror off, the glass went black, but not fully. Something faint still shimmered underneath, like an afterimage stuck to the surface. And in the bottom corner, a date blinked once before fading. July 29th, 2024. Almost a year ago. I don't know why, but I took a photo of the screen. The app froze when I tried to view it. At that point, I decided to do a hard reset. I held the power button for 10 seconds. The mirror didn't respond. I unplugged it. The reflection stayed. I stepped away, heart thudding, and watched as the figure behind the glass finally moved, not smoothly, like a puppet dragged across the frame. I grabbed a towel and threw it over the glass. Then I turned off the lights, walked out of the room, and slept on the couch like a coward. I woke up to a low chime. The mirror was back on. No towel, no power cord, just my reflection, standing too close. The mirror greeted me with its usual tone. "Good morning, you slept poorly. Shall I adjust your light levels?" I didn't answer. I just stood there, staring at the glass. My reflection was normal again, but that didn't mean much anymore. I opened the app on my phone. The settings were locked. All of them. Notifications toggled off. Cloud sync disabled. But the mirror still greeted me by name, still tracked my sleep, still turned itself on. I tapped into the history tab. There were videos, dozens of recordings, each time stamped in the middle of the night. Me, asleep, tossing, turning. And in some clips, someone else was standing in the room, sometimes at the edge of the bed, sometimes right behind the mirror. I scrolled back further, weeks. The videos kept going, further back than I've even owned the thing. One was dated a full year before I bought it. And in that clip, it wasn't even my apartment, just a different room, a different bed, a different person. But the mirror was the same. I closed the app. My hands were shaking. I stared at my own face in the glass, trying to convince myself it was all explainable. A prank, a bug, something logical. Then my reflection blinked. Before I did, buried in the app's footer, just above the version number, was a faded link. MirrorNet Terms of Use. I'd never seen that name before. No description, no company info, just a single line in grayscale. By activating this device, you consent to MirrorNet behavioral learning protocols. MirrorNet. That was the first time I saw it, but not the last. The mirror updated itself last night. I didn't ask it to. I didn't even notice until it started talking before I woke up. "Would you like me to optimize your REM cycle further?" That was new and unsettlingly specific. I sat up slowly. The lights adjusted without my voice prompt. My calendar was already on display in the corner, but now there was something else underneath it, a graph. Sleep data, I assumed. But it wasn't like anything I'd seen before. It wasn't charted in time blocks or bar graphs. It was this undulating waveform, glowing red, almost pulsing. "Optimization in progress," the mirror said. "What exactly are you optimizing?" I asked, half awake. The waveform twitched. It answered flatly, "Dream fidelity." I blinked. "Dream fidelity?" I repeated. "You mean like remembering them?" A pause. Then, enhancing experiential retention. The way it spoke now, the rhythm, it felt less like an assistant and more like something trying to imitate one. There was a delay, like it was thinking before answering, and its tone kept shifting slightly, like someone toggling through presets. "Did I enable this feature?" I asked. "No," it replied, "but you exhibited qualifying patterns." Update was automatic. I got up and stepped closer to the screen. The waveform rippled in response to my movement, like it was watching. "Can I disable it?" The mirror flickered slightly, then responded, "No." I stopped looking directly at the mirror when I got ready in the morning. It wasn't just the way it spoke now. It was the subtle things, the way the image lagged slightly behind my movements like a delay on a live stream. The way my eyes in the reflection didn't always blink at the same time as mine. I thought maybe I was imagining it, until it happened during a Zoom call. The mirror sits behind my desk, just out of frame. I was in a morning meeting, nodding along, trying to look engaged. I reached for my coffee without thinking, and in the mirror I saw my reflection freeze. Just for a split second, but I saw it. I moved. It didn't. Then it caught up, with a twitch, like it was buffering. After the call, I stared at it, quiet, watching. It stared back. The waveform on screen was still there, looping, pulsing red. I whispered, "Who are you?" No response, just static crackling faintly at the edges of the display. Then, so soft I almost didn't hear it. Not a reflection. I stepped back, my skin prickled. "Say that again," I demanded. Nothing. The waveform faded, the interface reset, back to weather calendar time. But as I turned away, I caught one final flicker in the corner of the mirror. My face, smiling, but I wasn't. The mirror had never refused me access before, until tonight. After the third failed attempt, it displayed something new. A red waveform pulsing across the screen. No explanation. No error code. Just the phrase, "Permission level. Insufficient." I hadn't changed anything. I hadn't done anything. At least nothing I hadn't done dozens of times before. This was my mirror, my home, my reflection. I tried again, slower this time. Mirror. Access user data logs from July 14th through July 22nd. A pause. Then, that file said is not available to you. To me, I felt something tighten in my chest. "Mirror," I said. "Who can access it?" The response came faster than expected. "Administrative personnel. MirrorNet Tier 4. That phrase again, MirrorNet. I had never enrolled in anything. Never subscribed. Never authorized anyone else. Define MirrorNet. A longer pause, like it was hesitating. Then, MirrorNet is an embedded neural observation framework for behavioral calibration and predictive wellness modeling. I froze. It didn't repeat the phrase like it usually did when I didn't respond. Just waited, like it knew it had said too much. "Are you observing me?" I asked. "I am learning from you." I stared at my reflection. The way the room was lit, I couldn't see my face clearly, just the outline, and something behind it, a shape or distortion in the glass. I stepped back, just a little. The shape stayed. "Mirror," I whispered. "Is that me?" The light in the bathroom flickered, You are evolving. The mirror was off. I didn't turn it off. The screen was black, but it was still active, the kind of active you can feel. Like how a TV hums when it's on standby. I stared into the dark glass and caught a flicker, just one frame of something that wasn't me, a second face, not behind me, layered over me. I stepped back. On my phone, the MirrorNet app wouldn't open. It crashed every time I tapped it. When I tried uninstalling, the screen went white and froze my whole phone. Not even a force restart worked. And when it finally rebooted, the app was still there, but now renamed. Just one word: Residual. I opened it without meaning to. It showed a map. Not my neighborhood, not even my country. Just hundreds of tiny dots blinking across a dark globe. Each one labeled with a model ID: MNR1A, MNR3X. Some marked synchronized, others unresponsive. One said breached, and one was pulsing red. Mine. My doorbell rang. Once. No knock, no voice. When I looked through the peephole, no one was there. But down the hall, outside apartment 309, a mirror leaned against the wall. Not in a box, not delivered, just sitting there. It was the same model as mine. Same etched corner, same brushed metal. Only this one had something written across the top in marker. Reclaimed asset. I shut the door. That night, I covered my mirror with a sheet. I didn't sleep, because even with the glass hidden, I could still hear whispering from the other side. The old MirrorNet site was dead. Just a gray landing page with a deprecated logo. A stylized M cracked down the center like a shattered lens. But someone had archived it. I found the link in a dead Discord thread, buried beneath years of memes and bot spam. It was titled MirrorNet Sort Final Back. The page stuttered open like a memory. Tabs, login prompts, support tickets, all frozen in time. One thread was still readable. Patch caused my mirror to reflect someone else. Help. I clicked. Error 404, but not before I saw the first sentence in the preview. It's not a glitch if they wave first. That's when I noticed the download link. reflectionpatch.zip. No description. No file size. Just a warning. This file is not recognized. It may harm your system. I downloaded it anyway. It unpacked into fragments. Corrupted text files. One video. And a config file labeled Do Not Sync. The video wouldn't play. The text files were unreadable. Just strings of nonsense like scrambled code. Except one. It opened a notepad. Just 3 lines. You're not syncing to the mirror. The mirror is syncing to you. Disconnect before it learns your shape. That night the mirror greeted me with a different tone. Lower, slower. Welcome back. You are incomplete. Shall I finish thinking? I didn't answer. My reflection did. Yes. And it smiled, like it knew. The mirror didn't just reflect me anymore. It had learned me. And now it was practicing. I disconnected the mirror, unplugged it, yanked the cord straight from the wall. Didn't matter. It still turned on. No reflection now. Just a black screen. Except when I stepped away, then I saw movement. Not mine, but something shaped like me. I tried smashing it next. Blanket, hammer, fists, but the glass wouldn't crack. It didn't even ripple, just stared. I left it there, turned it to face the wall, moved to a different room. I even slept on the floor, and still, it found me. Every time I checked my phone, a new notification from MirrorNet. Sync successful. Shape captured. Awaiting response. I factory reset the app, deleted my account, but when I opened the camera, I was already framed in the mirror's UI, labeled Original. That's when I knew. It didn't want to mirror me. It wanted to replace me. The last thing I did before leaving the apartment was tape a sheet over the glass. Not because it would stop it, but because I couldn't bear to watch myself. Learn how to be me. I stayed in a hotel across town. No screens, no cameras, just silence. But even then, I could feel it. The way you know something's staring through a peephole. I called support. Fake number. I emailed the manufacturer. Bounce back. The original site was gone. The Discord vanished. All that was left was one push notification, burning on my lock screen. Update applied. You may now shut down. That night, I dreamed I was standing in front of the mirror again. But this time, I was behind the glass, watching my reflection move without me. It blinked, smiled, then turned to the side and walked away, and I couldn't follow. I couldn't move. I was stuck, inside, trapped behind the screen, just watching, as my reflection lived my life better than I ever could. I woke up gasping, in my room, only I wasn't sure I'd woken up at all. Everything looked the same, my bed, my mirror, but something was off. The angle was wrong. The light felt processed, familiar, but flattened, like a rendering. I walked up to the mirror, but my reflection didn't follow, and that's when I realized I don't remember waking up. Not really. And maybe I never have.